What's up, everybody? It is Codebreaker146 here to bring you my one day late Raw review. June 16, 2014. I was trying to make my Raw review, but I was out of it because on my webcam it said you're currently not allowed to upload. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I tried it again for like 2 seconds and just quit. So then I got mad. So then I went from my computer downstairs to my mom and dad's computer, tried it on there, and it said the same thing. And I was just like, you know what, I just might as well do it on Cyberlink and see if I can upload it. So I tried it, and I was like, I'm not into it. So then after that, I was really mad after that. And then I recorded this for 3 seconds, or about 3 or 4 or 5 seconds. And then I uploaded a video to see if I could even upload like a video from a file. And turns out I am. So I'm making this Raw review a day late on June 17, 2014 for June 16, 2014. Here's my Raw review. And also, quick side note really quickly before we begin. It's going to be Anything Goes show. They're coming down there from Pennsylvania. And they're going to be going down here to North Carolina. And they're coming down to North Carolina to meet me. And we're going to be hanging out for around 3 days. We might have a video or two. Maybe one on their channel, maybe one on this channel. I have no idea. In the meantime, we still are going to have a great time, and I might have a couple videos. We're going to be wrestling on the trampoline and stuff like that, and if any of you know who Brooks Banner is, you're going to find out soon, because I'm going to probably post a match or two on here. It depends. So, anyway, guys, thank you for clicking on this video, and let's go ahead and get into the Raw review. Alright. Authority came out, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, and addressed the roster. Basically, what came from this was they made a Battle Royal match for the later on in the show, and as well as a stretcher match, because they said, oh, well, we don't like to lie, we're going to have the stretcher match between Kane and Daniel Bryan, but that didn't happen, so we're going to have Cena versus Kane, and whoever wins that match is going to be in the Money in the Bank, or not the Money in the Bank, the ladder match for both the titles. And so, because Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns were not allowed, and Cena and John Cena were not allowed to be in the Battle Royal, because they failed to adapt, or evolve. Because of last week it was the Shield, and John Cena was helping the Shield, the 2 members of the Shield, and the Shield has also been a pain or a thorn in Triple H's side recently, and stuff like that. So basically, we got Cena versus Kane in a stretcher match, first one in 10 years, and then it was Battle Royal. So what came of this was that, we're gonna have young stars. I don't know who's gonna win this Battle Royal. Could be Rusev, could be anybody in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then we were like, okay, that's going to be cool. So Young Star is going to be the Money in the Bank ladder match. Then we get to the first match of the night, or the second segment. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins wins by DQ here. It was a pretty good match. They did a lot of counters and holds and reversals and stuff like that. And, they used the famous sir and the peace of mind, or the boot to the back of the neck. And it just presses your opponent's face down into the canvas. Man, that is just very vicious. And I love Seth Rollins' finisher or whatever. Dean Ambrose would come down here eventually, and he'd come down there and he'd wrestle and brawl with Seth Rollins a little bit. So Ziggler didn't get necessarily a pin here, and Seth Rollins didn't win and bury Ziggler to some degree, because all Ziggler really has been doing lately is fighting Seth Rollins and Batista, the main guys in the Evolution storyline, and such like that. So it was good that Ziggler didn't lose for every once in a while. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose brawl a little bit, and then Dean Ambrose will be in the middle of the ring, and then on the Jumbotron you see Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and Paul Levesque will be on the screen, and you say, I know you like to fight Ambrose, because Ambrose jumped on the mic and he kind of got cut off, and basically he said, but I got some bad news for you. And then Bad News Barrett came down. So Bad News Barrett, I guess we can infer that he's in with the Authority. So I'd love to have more dimensions to the Authority, because last time it was like Orton, the Shield, Kane, other guys like that. And now you're gonna probably add more if you want to keep doing this. You're gonna have Seth Rollins. You're gonna have Bad News Barrett. Add a big guy in there, not the Big Show, but some a big guy. But obviously that's probably not going to happen. But, you know, I guess we can infer that. We can only hope, I guess. Bad News Barrett and Dean Ambrose. The match was okay, pretty solid. And then we get down on the outside of the ring, and then Ambrose and Rollins would get into a tussle with it, but Ambrose would have the upper hand, and he put Rollins over by the barricade, and then Ambrose would not make it to the ring by a count of 10. Bad News Barrett wins. Does not make Bad News Barrett look weak, and neither does Ambrose, and you kind of knocked out a feud in 2 matches and 2 segments, and you're building up to possibly a match. But obviously it's not a match because of news that I've heard. Then in the back, Roman Reigns and Vicky Guerrero have a little promo segment. And Roman Reigns is talking to Vicky Guerrero like, you should put me, or try to get Triple H to put me in that Battle Royal so I can be in the Money in the Bank, and just kind of pissed him off even more of being possibly the WWE World Champion, because, you know, that's what he might want to do. He'd get coffee and say, you might want to put more sweetener in that coffee, Vicky. And then she ran over there, and he put some stuff in, or a lubricant, I guess you could say, in her coffee. And, you know, the last time I saw somebody dip something, or some sort of, like, drug or whatever, was Shane McMahon and Triple H and Vince McMahon, like, back in 2006 on Raw. And so she runs off and gives Triple H and Vicky, or Stephanie, she runs off and gives Triple H and Stephanie McMahon coffee, which we would see the outcome of what that coffee would do later on. That coffee didn't even look like hot coffee, it just looked like some Dr. Pepper. But anyway, I love some Dr. Pepper right now, but I can't get some, because I'm doing a review. Anyway, Bray Wyatt came out, he says, I will have all the power I ever want if I get those 2 titles. There's no 2 titles up in my roof, but, you know, just visualize that. I can have all the power I ever want by getting this. He's going to say his brothers, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, they'll have, and then when they demolish the Usos, they're going to have all the power. And man, if Bray Wyatt grabs both of those belts and the Wyatt family win the tag team belts, I will poop, I will mark out, and I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I don't know. I'm going to go crazy on this internet. I'm going to be giving a beautiful review on Money in the Bank, and this will be my 2nd favorite pay-per-view, no, 4th, behind WrestleMania 30, 17, and 21, Mania 21. So then, it'll be 4th, okay? Because this has got to be that way, because, you know, Bray Wyatt is awesome, and he's my favorite superstar. And then, so Bray Wyatt versus Sheamus will be set up. Can Bray Wyatt ever win clean? Can he really? I mean, come on. Bray Wyatt, the last time he won clean, along with the Wyatt family, besides having a match with the Usos, was Big E, Cena, and Sheamus. And Big E had to take the pin, because anybody in the Breakfast Club, Sheamus, John Cena, would never take the pin from the Wyatt family. Oh no, we are too good for that. So, you know, why? Why? Midway through the match, Sheamus is going to go for the bro kick on Wyatt and win and bury Bray Wyatt even more. And for people that say Bray Wyatt wasn't buried or lost a lot of momentum or didn't lose any momentum from the feud with John Cena, that is a lie. He was so hot going into Mania. He was on fire. He was on momentum, and he had this big wave of momentum going into WrestleMania. And I'm not saying that his character or his work ethic or his work in the ring has died down. No, I'm not saying that at all. I was just saying, you know, he was hitting his stride and going, and then we get to WrestleMania right here, and Cena makes him go, and then they go to the steel cage match, and then after they go to the steel cage match, he stays right down, and he keeps going down, and then he loses it payback, and he's down, then he comes back, and now Wyatt has to build all this momentum back again, due to the fact that Cena didn't put over Bray Wyatt. Why? Why didn't he put over Bray Wyatt? I have no idea. Why have Cena win? Questionable in my eyes. Because if you want to get a new talent over, get the new generation ready, when Cena could possibly never ever wrestle again in the future, and you want to have a big heel or a big top babyface, there will be none. Because Cena has buried each and every single one of these talents. Whatever, that's my rant. Sheamus going for the bro kick. The Wyatt family and the Usos getting a tussle. And that would set up their match on main event. Who won that match? That 6-man tag match with the Sheamus and the Usos versus the Wyatt family? I have no idea. Probably the Usos and Sheamus, because the Usos might as well be in the Breakfast Club now, because, you know, you got Sheamus, Orton, John Cena. Roman Reigns is going to be in there soon. So, you know, Rusev versus Heath Slater. Heath Slater is now the one-man band due to the fact that Don't Hinder Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre are now, or they got released. So now it's going to be Rusev versus Heath Slater. Heath Slater got a huge pop as, you know, the pro-USA babyface as well in this match. However, the match only lasts 30 seconds. Nothing. Moving on. Rusev wins. Fandango and Layla versus Summer Rae and Adam Rose. Mixed tag team action. Kevin Hart on commentary. This match was bad, but Kevin Hart's commentary was sensational. His commentary was awesome. I loved his commentary. He's great on the mic. He's so funny. Have you seen any of his comedy and some of the vines that people have where he just short clips of his stand-up comedy and stuff like that? His movies are pretty funny, too. So Kevin Hart's really funny. He's a cool guy and stuff like that. I follow him on Instagram. Twitter, I don't have a Twitter. I wish I did have a Twitter, but I don't get on Twitter that much. Anyway, Kevin Hart should be there permanently. Eventually, he would hop in the ring with Adam Rose, and then they would do the whole and then, you know, Kevin Hart would jump and do the free fall into the Rosebuds. Battle Royal for one of the spots in the Money in the Bank, or the ladder match for both titles. Roman Reigns is winning this. It would come down to Rusev versus Roman Reigns, and the crowd was hot. The Cleveland crowd was hot, and they were really good for the whole night or whatever. And however, the sports teams are not. They probably won't never win a NBA Finals again unless LeBron, Kobe, Carmelo, and Chris Bosh. Well, and Michael Jordan had to be in his prime to save Cleveland for basketball. I'm sorry for Cleveland fans out there. Cleveland Browns, they had no chance of winning the Super Bowl, even though Manziel's pretty cool. He's okay. But anyway, enough with the sports talk or whatever. Cleveland Indians won't win a World Series either. Battle Royal winner, Roman Reigns wins the Battle Royal. So yeah. It's Cameron versus Paige. Cameron is a heel, and Naomi's a face. And why they still have the Funk is on our Raw theme song, because Brodus Clay got released. And number 2, Jason Alberts, Tensai, Sweet Tea, A-Train, Albert, is down in NXT doing commentary. So what? And pre-shows from time to time. So why do they still use that theme song? I have no idea. The Funkadactyls. I have no idea. Cameron turned heel. Paige wins this match. Could care less about the Divas division. It sucks. And I could care less about Paige. RybAxel versus Goldust and Stardust, which would be Cody Rhodes. But this match was awesome. I'm fully behind Stardust. I love that. Stardust versus Goldust. Yeah, Cody Rhodes, I mean, I guess this brings more relevance to their feud, and this is a slow step in the right direction towards the brother versus brother match. That's my only hope. Structure match, Kane versus Cena. I didn't really watch it because we've seen it. We've seen the ambulance match. We've seen their regular one-on-one match. Do we really need to see this? Do you really want me to tell you how good this match? This match was really good. I mean, you know, they had a couple botches here and there. Cena wins, predictable. Seth Rollins and Orton came in, you know, but then Ambrose would come back or whatever. And, you know, Cena got RKO'd, and Cena like about a minute later got up and was like hoisting Kane and put him on the stretcher. Like, Cena could be shot in the face 15 times or be stabbed in the leg 20 million times, and he'd still kick at it too. Anyway, we're still staying if there was a last man standing match. Anyway, that's my Raw review. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Peace.